In front, Sebastian Vettel still there, now 3.6 seconds.
Yeah,
Valtteri Bottas, he is reeling him in like some champion angler at the moment who's got the big fish and the big prize very much in his sights. What can Sebastian Vettel do?
He's losing grip on his rear tyre. This is what they've been learning. Hamilton's done a 33.9 now. He's really getting into the zone he should have been in. Half a dozen laps ago, he's been clearing traffic as well, it must be said. But I think Vettel is going to be really struggling in the closing laps and under pressure from at least one. And if Hamilton can keep the speed up, possibly even two Mercedes.
Sebastian Vettel forced into a one-stop strategy where Ferrari's initial aim was to put two stops down, now has to hang on for dear life. And the gap coming down bit by bit by bit. As corner by corner by corner, Bottas has more grip.
There will be no more lapped cars, so just push to close it.
It's all up to you now, Valtteri, is pretty much the message from Tony Ross, who said, we're targeting the win today, and Bottas can now see Sebastian Vettel in the distance, and a Sebastian Vettel that is going significantly slower than the Mercedes is. 5 laps to go. Well, coming up to 5 laps to go here in Bahrain, and Sebastian Vettel has a lead of 2.8 seconds. He might still do it, or Bottas might still win it. I don't know what's going to happen.
I wonder what finish for I'm going to get you is, because he's on his way, isn't he? And Hamilton 14 seconds adrift of this.
And, behind the top 3, Pierre Gasly running the race of his life. Kevin Magnussen making up for the disappointments of Australia and running in the top 5 for Haas. Nico Hülkenberg bringing home more very useful points for Renault. Fernando Alonso still trying to get past Nico Hülkenberg, who we think's been suffering battery issues all race long. Marcus Ericsson in 8th place, still ahead of Stoffel van Dorn. Carlos Sainz in 10th place, holding on to the last points place, with Esteban Ocon right behind him as well.
And Vettel on the radio complaining about vibration from his left front. Maybe he's just locked it up somewhere. Quite easy to do into turn 10. This is turn 11. So Vettel really beginning to struggle. He's asked an awful lot of these tyres. They went on lap 18.
It's been a super effort from Sebastian Vettel. Win or lose this race, it's been a super effort. Mercedes, with their one-stop strategy, seems to have got everything spot on for this weekend. But who's going to come out on top? 2.8 seconds, remember the gap at the end of lap 52. That has now come down, but by how much? The interval, the gap between Vettel and Bottas as they cross the line, 1.7 seconds. Another lap like that, he's in DRS range, and he can gain even more bit by bit.
And we've seen how powerful that is today. 2 detection points around the lap as well, so he might even get it halfway around this current lap, Crofty, as Hamilton has to get past the Sauber, and he does that down into turn 1.
Yeah, Stoffel van Dorn ahead of Marcus Ericsson. Ericsson's battle with Carlos Sainz looks like it might go to the Sauber guy, because Sainz is 9 seconds further back on Marcus Ericsson, who, remember, has gone 50 races since he last got a points finish in Formula 1.
And Alonso's catching Hülkenberg as well. And it could be a last-minute scrap.
2/10 in the first sector. He's gone quicker than the Renault. That's put him into DRS range as well. 0.3 of a second. Bottas has picked up on Sebastian Vettel as he locks up going into turn 10. He's not in DRS range yet. He's half a second shy of it, but he really can see that Ferrari now, and he can maybe sense that victory could yet be his. A 4th victory in Formula 1. He won't want to be locking up much more than that, Martin.
Nah, a bit of cadence braking there. No ABS on these cars, of course, so he got off the pedal, and it's the unloaded inside tyre, so it does a minimum amount. That's not what you want to do ideally. It does a minimum amount of damage. It's kind of in the air, more or less.
Well, it cost him a little bit in that middle sector, though. He lost a 10th to Sebastian Vettel, and he's running out of laps where he can ill afford to do that. The tension in the garage. They've done their parts. The guys and girls in the Mercedes crew, he's done his part along with the Ferrari crew as well, and it is down to this 1.2 seconds with 3 laps to go. Sebastian Vettel holding on to Valtteri Bottas. What a way to stage your 200th Grand Prix start for Sebastian Vettel. He won't have been in many more tighter scrapes than this.
Don't know which way this is going to go yet. Bottas can't afford any one scruffy corner. So he needs to get in the DRS zone. He was 1.3 seconds off. Needs to be within a second as he heads down the hill into turn 10. This is turn 8. Can he get close enough under braking and then pick up DRS down the short back straight? Just about, isn't it? The detection point is halfway down this hill. There it is.
Yeah.
So that looks like close enough to me. We'll see if his rear wing opens up like a letterbox. No, just over a second, wasn't it?
It was about 100th outside of that 1 second margin, Valtteri Bottas. Remember back to Russia last year, where Bottas won his first Grand Prix and had to hold off Sebastian Vettel right at the end. It's flipped around here under the lights in Bahrain tonight.
You can tell he's got the power turned up as well. The engine was positively singing when we were on board with him then.
It's like when in Baku, when he made the move on Lance Stroll to finish second in that particular race, he left it right until the line.
He's got it. He's got DRS now down the pit straight. Sorry to interrupt, Crofty.
No worries, he's got it, Martin, but that move to get past the car in front might come down to the last lap and the last little bit as well. Now, as they cross the line, has Sebastian Vettel used just a bit of his energy recovery system, of his ERS power there, just to keep the distance? It's now 0.7 of a second, but Bottas didn't get DRS down the main straight.
I think he did, Crofty, because the detection point was before the last corner, not on the finish line.
No,
and that's why he closed right down on him.
He did. Half a second. Forget the times now. You can see it in car lens, down towards the hairpin, or up towards the hairpin at turn 4. Valtteri Bottas behind Sebastian Vettel. Where's the best spot for him to try and pick an overtake manoeuvre that's coming up?
Keep it neat and tidy, get a good release off the final corner, get your rear wing letterbox open, and just get punchy down into, maybe you want to be doing that going into the last lap, the perfect time, because then Vettel won't have any chance of coming back at him. Come on, Valtteri. Have you got it? Have you got it? Can you do it? But he's a wily old fox, is Vettel. He'll be saving his battery power for the defence when he needs it most.
So Valtteri Bottas, who started off the season with a crash in qualifying and could only finish 8th in Australia, whatever happens from here on in, has bounced back very impressively indeed. Started 3rd on the grid, is within touching distance of getting past Sebastian Vettel. Vettel started the season with a race win. He is within touching distance of making it 2 wins out of 2.
So it's all about the exit of this corner and saving some battery from the straight.
And don't forget, Martin, Mercedes power against Ferrari power, they say they're pretty equal throughout the course of this year. But he's got DRS as Bottas, and you can see that he's gaining. You can see that he's getting closer. He's got the power turned up to 11. Into turn 1 they go. Bottas has a little look, but he's just a bit too far behind. Sebastian Vettel survives that one.
So if Bottas gets a clean exit, he can have another look into turn 4. He'll then get DRS. He should do down into turn 11. He should have got off the brakes, free-wheeled that in and ran Vettel wide.
So we're on the last lap under the lights here at the Bahrain Grand Prix. Sebastian Vettel, in his 200th Grand Prix start, is on the verge still of picking up that 49th win. Valtteri Bottas will get one more go with a bit of DRS assistance. Hold your breath, whether you're a fan of Bottas or a fan of Vettel, as they go into turn 10 now. Any lock up here could be crucial. There was a puff of smoke, but not too much. DRS will open now for Valtteri Bottas, but is he just that little bit too far behind?
Hamilton's closing them down, but he's too late with it. And Bottas is also too late with the attack. He had his one moment. He was a long way. It would have been a brave move. Might have ended up with contact. But Vettel, the wily old Vettel, has kept it where he needed to keep it.
Lap 18, he put those tyres on. He is nursing them home towards the end of 57 laps to emulate Michael Schumacher, Nico Rosberg, Jenson Button and Lewis Hamilton, who all won their 200th Grand Prix start. And in his 200th Grand Prix start, Sebastian Vettel wins the Bahrain Grand Prix for a second win in 2018 out of 2 races. Gerhard Berger, the legend from Ferrari, waves the flag for Sebastian Vettel. Valtteri Bottas comes home for second place. What a great effort, only 0.6 of a second down in the end. Hamilton finishes 3rd.